story by Oriented Tales. Have you ever dreamed of changing your life with just one decision? What if that dream came wrapped in beauty but paid for with blood? This is the tale of Chiamaka the Baddie, a Lagos girl who thought she could buy the soft life with curves and a camera smile, but found herself bargaining with forces older than the city itself. People see her today and whisper, she used to be different. They don't know the half of it. They don't know about the red moon, the silent man in the crimson coat, and the night her mother's heartbeat slowed for no reason at all. Sit close, my friends, for this is not just a story about vanity. It is a warning whispered by the ancestors for those who have ears. Chiamaka was born in Ajagunal, where the streets are noisy, the air smells of fried akara, and everyone knows everybody's business. She was as slim as a palm frond, with eyes like rainy season clouds. Her friends called her Stick when they thought she couldn't hear. In her street, beauty was currency. Hips could open doors, and a tiny waist could open wallets. Chiamaka watched her friend Amara, thick and glowing, receive free wigs, designer dresses, and endless proposals on Instagram. Meanwhile, Chiamaka's own page was stuck at 412 followers. Each night she would scroll, eyes burning, whispering, God, when? She tried creams, waist trainers, and endless squats in her small room, but her body refused to change. And deep down, a voice began to whisper, if the natural way won't work, maybe another path will. One humid evening, as Chiamaka scrolled under the dim light of her rechargeable lamp, Amara sent her a voice note. Babe, I have someone. No payment, no stress. He will give you the body you want. Just say yes. Chiamaka laughed nervously. BBL? I don't have millions. Amara's voice grew softer. It's not money he wants. But once you agree, you can't go back. Later that night, a number messaged her. No profile picture, only a blood red moon emoji. The text read, come tomorrow. One body, one price. Chiamaka's skin prickled, but her hunger for beauty drowned out the fear. She replied, yes. And though the night was silent, she swore she heard something exhale in the darkness. The clinic was hidden in a quiet part of Lekki, behind a rust-red door with no sign. A tall man in a crimson coat opened it, his skin smooth as polished ebony. You are the one, he said. Inside, the air smelled like roses and something metallic. No nurses, no machines, only a dark-skinned woman with long braids who handed her a digital form. At the bottom, what you take, something else must go. Chiamaka tapped, agree, without reading further. The man said, no anesthesia. You will feel only separation. Music began, her vision blurred, and when she awoke, she gasped. Curves like rivers, a waist like a wasp. Her reflection smiled wider than her mouth could, but her chest felt cold, as though something precious had left her. Within weeks, Chiamaka's life transformed. Strangers offered rides, brands sent her dresses, Instagram followers poured in like floodwater. Old boys bought her champagne in Banana Island, and her neighbors barely recognized her. But at night, shadows gathered in the corners of her room. A faceless figure stood by her bed, never speaking. Then one morning, a message appeared on her phone from a blocked number. 30 days left. Prepare. She laughed it off, until her mother, Mama Nkechi, collapsed while cooking egusi soup. The doctors shook their heads. Her vitals are fine, but her spirit is weak. Chiamaka poured money into hospitals and prayer houses, but Mama only grew paler. And every day, another message came, 29 days, 28 days. Time was running. Desperate, Chiamaka went to a prophet in Surulere. The moment he saw her, he turned away. You carry a stolen star, he said. You traded your shadow for beauty, but beauty bought on blood cannot last. The debt is due, and the collector has come for your mother. Chiamaka's lips trembled. How do I stop it? The prophet's eyes were grave. You must return what you took. On the 40th night after your transformation, go to the lagoon under the red moon. Burn your contract. Speak the truth. Offer yourself clean, or your mother will return to dust. Chiamaka left with her heart pounding. She had 10 days left. 10 days to choose between her fame and her family. On the 40th night, the lagoon was still, the air heavy. Chioma wore white, her feet bare, holding her phone, the only copy of the contract. The red moon hung low, bleeding into the water. She read the words aloud, voice shaking, confessing every vanity, every pride. Tears salted her lips. She dropped the phone into the lagoon. The wind rose, the water boiled, and a face surfaced. It was hers, but older, bitter, twisted. "You cannot return what you have already used," it hissed. "Then take it all," Chioma whispered. Pain tore through her body. She screamed as her hips shrank, her curves melted, her waist widened. The wind stopped. The water calmed. And for the first time in months, the shadow in her room was gone. Chioma woke the next morning aching all over. Her reflection showed the girl she used to be, slender, unremarkable, ordinary. On Instagram, her followers vanished overnight. Brands stopped replying. The old boys forgot her name. At the market, someone whispered, "Isn't that the baddie from IG? She's finished." Chioma wore baggy clothes to hide. The streets that once welcomed her now swallowed her whole. But when she returned home, she found Mama Nkechi sitting up, laughing softly as she peeled yam. "You're back," Mama said. And Chioma wept in her mother's arms, knowing she had chosen the smaller road, the one that saved a life instead of feeding her vanity. Chioma deleted her Instagram and burned her wigs. The silence was loud, but it was clean. She found a job at a small boutique, earning just enough for rent and food. Each evening, she returned to Mama Nkechi's cooking and soft prayers. In time, she began writing her story, warning young women about deals that promise the world but take your soul. One day, a girl messaged her, "I was going to do surgery next week, but your story saved me." Chioma realized her pain was no longer wasted. It was light for others walking the same path. Years later, Chioma stood in the market with Mama, carrying peppers and fish. People still whispered, but their words no longer bit. Under a soft evening sky, Mama said, "My daughter, you were always beautiful. You just couldn't see it." Chioma smiled, tears in her eyes. "I had to lose everything to learn what I already had." So, dear listener, remember this. Not every gift is worth its price. The road to shame is wide, but the path to truth is narrow. Real beauty is peace. Real confidence is contentment. And those who love themselves never trade their shadow for the fleeting applause of strangers.